Well, the reason for this recording is why wholesaling only model is wrong, especially for new people. Well, you have to realize that wholesale flipping, where you're doing a campaign with direct marketing especially, and you're sending out messages like we buy houses, cash, any condition, call. A lot of those people don't have either enough equity or they don't want to discount their price enough. So maybe out of 100 calls, you only have one that's a deal that makes you any money. You might get a lot of tire kickers. You might get a lot of 20, 30 calls, but a lot of them, they're not interested in giving a really discounted price. They're not interested in that. You want somebody that's a don't wanter in wholesaling. They don't want the property, they don't want a profit, they just need some moving money and get out of their situation. And I'm not saying it's impossible to do, but when you're starting your campaign and doing only wholesaling, I think it's a big mistake. Because if it costs you, 500 to 1,000 a month in marketing and then time, like 6 months before you make any money, I think that's a little demoralizing. So my attitude is this: why don't we get a message out there? We will buy your house if it's ugly or pretty. We will buy your house if there's a lot of equity or not a lot of equity. Whatever your house needs, as long as it's in a good location, we can help you. You don't even have to say as long as it's in a good location. Because we can do something with some lead if we're a transaction engineer. A transaction engineer is basically somebody who can look at a lead, look at the condition of the property, look at the motivation of the seller, and look at the existing financing, which most wholesalers don't even look at. And then how can we create a deal where I can make some money? Here's some ideas. Let's say that you had a pretty house, great location, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, motivated seller, but they didn't have any equity. What would you do with that? Well, no equity deals, we know what to do with them. We're going to do either a subject to deal or a lease option assignment deal, but we're going to make $5,000 a house, and we can do it in 10 hours. Now that's good chunk cash. If you can make $5,000 in 10 hours, would you be interested in that? So that's just one idea. If it's a free and clear house, we can use seller financing. We can offer them full price but our terms and get a cash flow out of that property with the amount of money that we pay the seller versus how much money we can get in rent, and avoid banks. You don't have to worry about maxing out how many loans can you get through FHA or any other conventional lender. There's no maximum loans on seller financing. So that's being a transaction engineer. That's making money every month with all your leads, and then when you do get that wholesaling lead, then you can make a big payday by doing the rehab and selling it on for cash to a FHA buyer. Thanks for listening to this recording. Please contact us if you want to be a transaction engineer instead of a one-trick pony.